Hello everyone. I'm Young First. Welcome to my channel. This is a series about self-smoke technical interview. Let's start. Today we will today's episode we will solve the daily problem in LeetCode. Let's see the problem. It's a medium problem, so I think we should solve this within 20 minutes. Good luck. Let's read the description together. Given an array names with n objects colored red, white, blue, sort them in place so that objects of the same color are adjacent with the colors in order red, white, blue. We will use the integers 0, 1, 2 to present the color red, white, and blue respectively. You must solve this problem without using the library sort function. The n is very small. Its range is from 1 to 300. Let's say the follow-up. Can you come up with a one-pass algorithm using on a constant actual space? This is a typical problem if you are familiar with the sort algorithm. In fact, the sort algorithm is the basic and entry algorithm when you learn any data structure or algorithm class. So if you are familiar with it, you can come up with several solutions, but the trick of this problem is there is a follow-up to one-pass algorithm using on a constant actual space. If on a constant actual space, we can record the number of 0 and the number of 1 and the number of 2, and refill the array according to their count. But with this solution, we need two paths. One path is count the 1, 2, or 0, and the second path is to fill it. So it's very easy to implement this. So I want to do that, and I will continue to think about the one path solution. In fact, we may use some thing like a two pointer, something like a 2 pointer. In fact, we count the index of 0 and the index of 2, and we move forward the index of the left pointer, and if it's 0, we can skip it. If it's 1, we need to if it's 2, we need to we can swipe the left index and right pointers, and subtract left pointer and two with one. Mm, and it's if it's one, we will look at the two. Um, I'm not sure. Yeah. In fact, it's very difficult to solve this with a two pointer. Because there is three corners. We may use for example three pointer. The one pointer, two, and the zero pointer and one pointer. We increase one pointer, and if it's zero, we swap. It's if it's zero, we we increase the zero pointer and fill the other position with zero and mm, mm, and 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 make the first swipe if uh, swipe the current zero with the first one. Yeah, if it's two, we need to swipe the index of two. Yes, yes, I think it's the solution. Just one pass with three pointers and constant extra space, just two variable. So I start first we need to zero index. Zero index is init is zero and one index is zero and two index and it's mm, the last one. Here we define the n. Here is the first one position. Um, we are current iterator index, and the last one position. So I start to iterate the one. If it's zero, uh, it's zero. We need to swap the current value with oh, and if it's one, we just need to increase that. Just continue, and else is two, and we need to swap current position uh, with two and two decrease and here is zero increase. Mm. And in fact, we will control this. If it's one, we need to continue. One, yes. Here we don't need to update one because the last one position is not one in fact. So because we don't have the initial statement and the increase steps, so we will turn it to red to while loop. Let's run the code. So let's run the exam. Oops. Here something is wrong. Let's see the wrong wrong exam is the exam 2, and I will run it manually. First, it's 1. We need to swap is 0. Yes, and current it's 1, so increase this. Yes. Here we need to equal because because the 2 is the last one position. We need to reduce the range to 0. Let's submit the code. Yeah, beat 100%. And I did this in last year or 2 years ago. It's very it's a tricky problem. You need to spend some time to figure out the follow up. It's very it's a very interesting experience to do that. I will read some more comment to clear the 3 functions, 3 variable. In fact, 2 is the last the index before 2, and 1 is the current interval index, and 1 is the first position. In fact, it guarantees that from 0 to 0 index, it's R0, and from 0 to the 0 is not included, and from 0 to 1 it's R1, and from 0 from 1 to 2, this index is included. It's unknown. Wait to check. And from 2 plus 1 to the end, it's R2. So this is the invariant sequence. We need to how do you think about think out the statements? We need to guarantee all the four conditions are true. Why here is s and s are equal? We need to make sure the unknown range is empty, so one is included and two is included. So if one equal to two, its size is still one, and it's not empty. So we need to wait until one is larger than two. So so here we end the while loop. So I think that's all. It's a interesting problem. So I think I'm very smart to think about this solution by myself. Although I did it before, but still it's very mm, it's very mm, it's very brilliant. So see that I think that's all my episode today. And see you tomorrow. Bye bye.